Hey guys, it's Evilise and David with David and Evilise.com, and we're here because we're trying to empower families for freedom.
Yeah, to create freedom in their lives.
Yep.
Just like we're doing in our life.
Yep. So we know that there's a lot of people out there wanting to do that, and so we've got a way that we've been doing it, and so we're here to share that with you. But we also have a really cool story for you today because of our recent field trip with our homeschooling group here in San Diego. We went to the San Diego Museum of Art. And that was really cool. You want to tell them?
Yeah. So at the museum. And I'm not a big art person. Elise is more of, or Evilise is more of an art person, but not for me, not as much. And I don't know, maybe it was the mood I was in last week when I went. Really was engaged by the original paintings that we were looking at. One by Diego Rivera, which was absolutely captivating and very interesting to hear the docent talk about all the particulars that maybe most of us don't catch. And there was another painting by Salvador Dali, and we have it up on the screen right here, and it's called Spectre of the Evening. And it was painted, and this is the actual photo that I took of the original. Was painted in 1930, and he was a surrealist, and so a lot of times he would paint images based on dreams he would have. And anyways, the docent went on to talk about Dali, and when he came to America in the 50s, of course he was from Spain, but then he came to America, and she mentioned that when he came to America, he grew a handlebar mustache. Yeah. Go ahead and bring up the. There he is, right? This amazingly long handlebar mustache, and he would wear a cape, and he would go out into public, and so he actually began to go beyond just trying to sell painting. He was actually standing out from other artists by branding himself to a large extent. And he would go out into public, and people would get to know him better. And because they got to know him better and like him better, they bought more and more of his art. So,
well, and by going out and getting to know people, just being there and then having this distinguished look, which was his look, helped him just to get to know people, and then for them to get to know him, which was huge, because not a lot of artists do that. They kind of keep to themselves, or
right.
For all the stories we've heard over time, end up keeping to themselves or close to a certain amount of people in their lives. So
he was unique. Yeah, he was unique as an artist, going out and kind of creating a brand around himself, which helped obviously sell his paintings. And then there's the story of Alice Cooper, who most of us know about. But what's interesting, and when Evilise and I talk about Alice Cooper, we're talking about the theatrical character that Vince created, and we call him Vince because we actually know him personally, he and his wife, and we understand that, and he understood when he started out as a musician that he and his band needed to do something different. It wasn't just about the music. They needed something that differentiated themselves from the music. And so there's a story that he recounts. Of course, there's it's a famous legend that he bit the head off of a chicken and at a concert. And what actually happened, and I know this because I've heard it straight from his mouth, is that somebody threw a chicken up on the stage at a concert. I believe it was in Toronto in the early 70s. And he went. I don't know if it was. I don't remember if it was him or it was somebody else. But no, I think it was him. He actually just threw it back into the audience, and when he threw it back into the audience, members in the audience proceeded to just tear up the chicken, and it came out the next day that he had done this horrific thing at his concert to a chicken. And yeah, go ahead.
I'm not going to show a picture of the chicken. No.
Yeah, no. So it came out the next day, and he was horrified. And so he rang up his good friend Frank Zappa and said, "Hey Frank, they're saying that I bit the head off of this chicken at a concert. What do I do?" And Frank told him, "Don't do a thing." And so anyhow, what's funny about the movie Wayne's World, if you've seen Wayne's World, the scene where the boys go backstage at an Alice Cooper concert, and he begins to engage in this intellectual conversation with them about the history of a particular Native American Indian tribe. That's probably more consistent with the real person we know, who's a family man and has been married to his wife for years, and actually is kind of a pillar, if you will, in the community he lives in. Anyways.
We brought this up because they actually collaborated at one point for a piece of art. It was a hologram. It was Dali's idea.
Which I had no idea.
Yeah,
it was this complete surprise. I was like, oh my goodness, that they actually collaborated.
Well, yeah, because we were just looking into some of his stuff, talking about his history and who Salvador was after we had gone to the art museum and saw this photo and had no idea the story. So we got the story that they did this collaboration on a hologram, very bizarre, but a way to, in a way, publicize both of them to help with that, and really helped Alice with his just getting to know, being known, his popularity. Sorry.
Right.
So anyway, that we saw this as a really good example to how to brand yourself and how we can take it in and use it as ourselves. We're not going to become somebody like Alice Cooper. We're not going to have our, alter egos take over, and that's just not us. But us being ourselves on these lives and on videos and putting ourselves out there is what is going to get people to know, like, and trust us. And therefore that, grows our business and our audience and things like that. So if this can help you, this is why we shared this story, because there's ways that you can be yourself. You can grow a handlebar mustache if you want. You can dye your hair pink. You can do whatever you want to distinguish yourself, or you can just be you, because we're all so unique. I know so many people that have been so successful in this area that haven't done anything different. They don't wear makeup at all sometimes, but they give out such a good content and such good help and direction and knowledge that they don't have to. It doesn't matter. They're just them, and we love them for who they are. So we just thought this would help you guys, and let us know what you're doing to brand yourself and share with others on this live. It'd be really fun to see your comments.
Yeah, I mean, that's the great thing about marketing online. You can differentiate yourself by simply stepping out and hitting the go live button and letting people get to know you. And but anyways, it's a great story nonetheless. Yeah. It always fascinates me how people differentiate themselves in public, in the entertainment world.
Yeah, it's been fun to find out those stories. And this one, the same way, we didn't even know about. So that was exciting. Anyway, come visit us at on our website or our blog. Sorry, davidandevilise.com, or our Facebook fan page here. We've got a lot of stuff here for you. We also have a free ebook, and that's on our online as well.
On our blog, on our blog website, davidandevilise.com.
And let us know if you are doing anything different to distinguish yourself, or if you're needing any help with your lives. I have a group that does, every once in a while, we do some boot camps for Facebook Lives, and we'll let you know and help you out in that way.
See you on the next video.
Adios.